Incoming right there.
All right, hey guys, welcome to Tactical Rifleman. We're looking to see, this is the part where I ask you guys if you guys can hear me okay. All right, I think you can. Let me know. I'm going to adjust the mic a little bit and dial that stuff down just a tad so I'm not spiking so much. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. Yes, no, 5x5. That's what I like to hear. Anyways, a different background. We're actually sitting in my man room. And I got the pool table over there, got the bar over there. And you guys might recognize some of the background. This is where we film a lot of our tabletop of our Tactical Rifleman videos. I got a big bag light right there. There's actually a row of lights up above me. And so my son said, "Hey, Dad, it's your birthday. Let's change the background up a little bit." So I dug out a old shirt. This is the one I usually wear on the 4th of July. It's got my old, what we got right here, Emery Morgenstern, right? Of course, because he doesn't realize we're doing a live stream right now. Hey, Emery, what's up?
Hey, you doing special birthday shit?
You do realize I'm literally like 65 seconds into a Tactical Tuesday live stream.
Just calling to remind you that it's your birthday to tell everybody.
So you literally wanted to interrupt my live stream to tell me it's my birthday.
That's exactly it.
Okay. You're serious, right? You're doing this on purpose?
Of course not. Why would I remember that it's Tuesday?
Translated, you forgot that today was a live stream.
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay, all right.
Calendar day this year.
Number one, I will forgive you because you're Jewish. All right. Number two, I will forgive you because you're Emery and I love you. All right. By the way, you're live. You want to say hi to everybody?
What is up, everybody?
That's all you guys out there. All right, Emery, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm going to leave you live for a little bit. Like I was saying, we're going to have a great show tonight. I got Steve Holland coming. I just got the notification on my phone that somebody just drove by in front of my license plate reader. That's my camera that's got the license plate reader on it. So that would be Steve Holland coming up onto the hill. His license plate number is one of those that's registered. All right, so anyways, Steve will be here in a little bit. No rush at all. That's all good. But we got a good sponsor again tonight, Bucked Up. That's why we got the logo right here, guys. Bucked Up, that's another energy drink company, right? Not just energy drinks. These guys they started off doing like all the recovery post-workout type stuff. So if you want a pre-workout, you want to get all pumped up and stuff, this is the one that I've been using pre-rehab, and I'm here to tell you, you go in there and the little old ladies are like, Karl, why you pumped up like that? And because I don't know. Right? No, it'll give you the energy that you need. And if you're one of those guys that likes your 5-hour energy shots, you get them at the gas station. This stuff right here, Bucked Up energy shots. It looks like a shotgun shell because that's basically what it's doing to your cardiac output. It's going to push you over your target heart rate. Cool part is you don't even have to work out. You don't got to get on the treadmill or nothing. You take one of these son of a guns right here, and I'm here to tell you, you're at your target heart rate. Emery loves these things. Me, not so much. No, I just don't need it, right? Emery, you loved that thing the other day, didn't you?
I think it tasted awesome. I was expecting it to taste like medicine. It didn't. And I'm pissing myself laughing about what you just said about it.
No, that's good stuff right there. All right, Emery, are you staying with us or are you going?
I got a jet. I've actually I've had Sue LaRue on hold this entire time.
Good. That's a good place to keep Sue. Yeah, that's all right. That's fine. Well, tell Sue I said hi. All right. You take care, brother. Masalama, ya Walid.
Thanks for having me on.
Yep. All right, that was Emery Morganson interrupting our live stream. Wasn't that nice of them? We appreciate when they do that. Yeah, no big deal. So we want to thank Bucked Up for sponsoring us tonight. As some of you have noticed in the chat room, everybody's wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate that. I am 56 years old today. I actually got up. Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. But I got up this morning and, I just had knee replacement surgery, and it's a rough surgery, guys. The first couple of weeks were brutal, the pain. Anyways, I woke up this morning, and this morning was better than the day prior, and that day's been better than the day prior. And I am recovering, so, everybody keeping me in their thoughts and prayers. I appreciate that. I got up this morning, and I was like, I made it through the night without worrying about the pain in my leg. That it hurt, but it didn't hurt that bad. I'm able to sleep on my side, on my back, my stomach. I roll around. I couldn't do that the first few weeks, not at all. Literally, my leg had to stay elevated. I'm able to sleep well. But I grabbed my phone because the alarm was going off for me to take some more Tylenol. Here comes Steve right now. Steve bringing in more guns, even though he knows we're not allowed to touch him on a live stream. That's Steve. My phone was going off, and I looked at it, and I get messages from Ray Craddock and Susan Britcher, two people on the other side of the planet, and they're telling me happy birthday, and I was like, happy birthday. Yeah, it is my birthday. Okay. All right. Cool. Good stuff indeed. Steve, by the way, we're going to do live streaming here tonight.
That's what we call an indicator.
Guys, Steve Holland is coming to visit. He's going to hit the head real quick. But anyways, we got a great show planned for you tonight. I want to share with you guys, I'm big about the 4th of July, Independence Day for this great country. I'm very, very proud to be an American. And I used to think that was all Americans. And the reality is I found out on the news that it's not, that less than half of Americans are proud to be American, which I like. Well, thank you very much for all those teachers out there, because everybody says, if you can read, you need to thank a teacher. And I'm here to tell you, for all you teachers out there that are teaching this woke curriculum, y'all can suck a fat baby's dick, all right? Because you are screwing up this country. The simple fact that my wife's giving me that dirty look, the simple fact that the majority of Americans are not proud to be American. I'm here to tell you, I've been to 41 countries. And I understand your government has sent me to some of the worst places on the planet. And I'm here to tell you, you are hands down in the best country on the planet, without a doubt. The dog's not listening to you, honey. Elvis dog and little Luggy dog snuck in the house. Well, Steve, when Steve came in, the dog snuck in. They know they're not allowed in the house. They're not allowed in, but they're like, oh, come on, we want to watch the live stream. We want to be members of the studio audience. Oh, funny stuff. So anyways, you guys know I'm proud to be an American. That's my favorite holiday. My second favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. Ben Franklin wanted us to have the turkey for the national bird, instead of the bald eagle, because, going all the way back. Lucky Dog ain't going to leave. She ain't going to listen to you, honey. Lucky Dog is sniffing my feet down here. Thanksgiving, back in the day, they had a lot to be thankful for. I like Thanksgiving because it's a chance where I bring all my family together up here on the hill, and we are very, very thankful. I live a very, very blessed life. I have a lot of you guys out there that are supporting my project and what I do and everything. And okay, those are my two favorite holidays. My birthday, honestly, guys, it's just another day. That said, a lot of you guys have been making a big deal out of this. Understand, my phone has been dinging all day long. People wishing me not just a happy birthday, but happy birthday and thank you for everything that you've done for this country. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for everything that you've done for my family. Thank you for everything that you and the Tactical Rifleman guys are continuing to do for our nation. Okay, that's fair. So I decided I want to thank you guys for some of the stuff that I've gotten here lately. First off, right off the bat, all the help that you guys have given me getting through this surgery, my recovery and everything. Aside from the little old ladies at rehab that just beat the snot out of me 3 days a week, I went this morning and they beat on my poor little knee pretty hard. Yeah, good stuff indeed. If you look down bottom, I was also supposed to remind you guys that we got Super Chat turned back on. So if you guys want to do Super Chat, you want to get that question up there, I'm supposed to remind you guys that I have Super Chat turned on. We've got a couple questions that our moderators have already set in. I'll get to them in a minute. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is since my surgery, not just my surgery, but for birthday, I've gotten some of the most random gifts. And it's really awesome having my family members. And you guys understand I consider a lot of my patrons family members, right? My extended family, my Patreon family. Me as a Green Beret, I never got a big lighter. I mean, I never got a Zippo lighter. You know, all your Green Berets get Zippo lighters and stuff. This is a old 5th Group Vietnam and Zippo lighter. And I don't know if you guys can read that. But anyways, and I know there's a lot of counterfeit ones out there, guys. This one has actually been verified as not counterfeit. And it belonged to somebody else before, and I haven't even filled it with fuel yet, but I think that's very, very cool. My whole life growing up, I wanted to have a Zippo lighter, be like all the cool Green Berets in the movie The Green Beret with John Wayne, but by the time I got in the military, all I could afford was a Bic lighter, and if you've got 2 Bic lighters, you're good, right? They'll never let you down. And then I basically made it my entire life without a Zippo. Now I got me a Zippo. So cool gift. There's another knife maker. Not going to talk about them, but this is not a knockoff, guys. This is not some Chinese replica. This is a handmade knife by basically an amateur knife maker. And I've got a nice letter here. I'm actually not going to cover it tonight. I'm going to save it for another live. Now, understand this is not like Kraken Tactical. Kraken makes some of the best knives out there. He's a knife maker in Australia. Kell Knives is another great knife maker, professional knife maker here in the States. Those two are probably Tactical Rifleman's favorite knives as far as our whole team. But this was a gift. All right, there's another gift. You guys are going to love this one. For me and my wife, one says Karl, and the other one says Dana. That, by the way, that's my wife's name, if you guys haven't figured it out yet. But it's got a picture of the TR Jeep on it, my Jeep. You guys know I won my Jeep in that shooting competition with Maxim Magazine. But then it's got our logo for the Tactical Rifleman Overland team. These are coffee mugs and a matching set from Karen and Toby. And you understand, I don't get gifts. I remember going whole birthdays without ever getting a gift. You're in the middle of a combat zone. It just doesn't matter. Birthday's just another day. You know, somebody wishes you happy birthday over the phone. And you go, okay, you know, it is my birthday. No big deal. You put your nods and your helmet back on. You go outside the wire and it's just another day. But I got some really cool gifts. I got one from my daughter. You know, because, you know, look at everybody's iPhones. Most of your iPhones are white, right? This thing, at first I thought it was like an MP3 player, right? It's designed to look like no joke, like an iPhone, but it's actually a squirt hand sanitizer. and that shit smells good. And if you guys know me and how I explain chemical weapons and biological weapons and the whole mask thing, you understand, to me, that just lets me know that you're a sheep. That's all that is. If you really want to prevent the effects of biological weapons, you need to, 1, use hand sanitizer, clean your hands. 2, don't touch your face. You need to break the habit because everybody's always doing this all day long, and you understand that's every time you touch something where some other kid sneezed, by the way, that's how you spread a biological weapon, and then you touch your face, you've just put all those viruses and stuff all over your face. So sexy little hand sanitizer I had not seen before, and from my daughter, great gift. I got another gift, and I haven't even opened it yet. So anyways, Anthony, I know Anthony's probably not watching. Anthony is one of my instructors down in San Antonio. If you guys have taken our classes in Texas, I bring in different instructors for classes in Texas and different places. I like to use local talent. Anthony is one of our instructors we bring in for Combat Pistol 101, Combat Pistol Carbine, Advanced Carbine, Advanced Pistol Carbine, Carbine Zero Mastery. And anyways, he sent me a letter or an email asking me what size jacket I wanted. So I'm assuming this is a jacket. I've never looked at it, got no idea. What do you say we open it together? Understand it's 97 degrees outside right now. So I probably don't need a jacket. Okay. You guys understand it's looking a lot like a jacket right now. All right. Guys, this is a... Holy smokes, dude. It's got like pads and... It's even got the Ninja Velcro on the sleeve so I can be an operator again. All the sexy pockets and stuff. Zip out hood. Anthony, above and beyond, as always, thank you so much, dude. You understand it's not jacket weather, but that is totally badass. It actually came in 2 weeks ago, guys, but it was designed to be a birthday present, so I have been saving it for this live stream. Here's something cool, though. I got guys lighting up the chat room with color. You know why color's cool? Color's cool because, I'm a big supporter of all the rainbow coalitions out there. I am, PETA, people for the eating of tasty animals. You guys know the deal. I'm very, very big on all that stuff. I really am. I see Steve Holland sharing stuff. All right. We got a few questions come in. All right. I appreciate the super chat, guys. Rob, what did he get for his present? Okay. See that? Kind of saw that one coming. Sean Alexander, no cake, Karl? Question mark. Actually, because I have the live stream tonight, my family is taking me out to a nice Japanese steakhouse tomorrow night, and I've already bought me a nice ice cream cake for here on the hill. So yes, I have cake coming. I love ice cream cake. That's just me. Sue LaRue. Do I have to do it in a Sue LaRue voice? Happy birthday, you old geezer. All right, that's Sue. Thank you, Sue. We love you. Ghost Anime threw down $2. Happy birthday, Karl. Brother, I appreciate it. Annalise and Kyle threw down $20 US. Happy birthday, Karl. We hope you had a good day and look forward to seeing you all again soon. A couple of my patrons. Yeah, Annalise, Kyle, thank you so much indeed for the happy birthday. Dale McKinney. I registered for Gunrunner Pistol August 12th and have not had any correspondence from the team. Is this class still on? Is there a way to communicate with the team? First off, let me say I apologize you've not heard anything yet. Here's the deal: is we only had at first it was only one guy signed up for it, and it dawned on me that me and Emery are not good at promoting that class. So I was going to cancel it. I'll be honest with you, I was going to cancel the class, but I just had 2 more people sign up for it. So that class in August, I want to say, what day is it in August? But anyways, I want to say it's like the second week of August, 2-day long gun runner pistol course. If you guys want to learn nothing about combat shooting, and unfortunately people come take a combat shooting course that starts with pistol, and they get there and they want to do all the fun combat stuff, but the reality is they haven't mastered the pistol yet. So that's what Gun Runner Pistol does. A 2-day course. It's ran by Emery Morgenstern and Chad Moorman. Great course indeed. And so here's why I'm saying this. If you guys are looking for something to do those days, you look it up, tacticalrifleman.com. And the class is not even half full yet. We're going to hold the course because as much as I want to cancel it, the reality is, that's just not us. We don't do that very often at all. But yeah, I have forgot to promote that course. So if somebody was to ask me, hey, Karl, I want to get better with combat shooting, because I carry a pistol every day to defend my family, defend my house and everything. Karl, what class should I start with? Should I take pistol carbine? Because everybody wants to take advanced classes, because I know everybody thinks they're ready for advanced stuff. If I could push you to one class, right, literally one class, it would be Gun Runner Pistol. Because what they did was 2-day class. The first day is learning all the fundamentals, the things that often get missed in like our Combat Pistol 101 course, because when you show up to Combat Pistol 101, that is my entry combat shooting course. We start with pistol, but I expect you to show up with certain fundamentals, and the reality is you usually don't. So I have to slow down and try to get people caught up, but after a certain point, I have to keep moving. If I could send everybody through Gun Runner Pistol, I'm here to tell you, it'll make a beginner shooter better. It will make a very experienced shooter awesome. There is stuff to learn there for everybody, without a doubt. Literally without a doubt, guys. All right. We're gonna blaze through a few more. I know I got Steve ready to jump in the show here. So anyways, Dale, I promise I will get you out some info here next couple of days. Give me a second, Steve. I'll slide over for you.
What do you think, birthday boy?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Karl.
Tack Driver 10 threw down 20 bones just to say happy birthday, Karl. I'll take that.
Happy birthday to Karl.
All right. The Gustache 2581 threw down 10 bones. You know his mom.
Happy birthday to Karl.
You don't have to sing yet, dude. You don't have to sing yet.
I like singing to you.
Sir, I would like to attend your next pistol carbine class in Texas. What city do you anticipate the class will be in? It will be at Range 35. Try to guess what highway that's off. I-35. And it's outside of Dallas, off of I-35. It's called Range 35. It'll probably be March or April timeframe. All right. I will be driving in from behind enemy lines in California. Would like to plan. Here's the deal, guys. And I know people say, like, hey, why don't you come do classes in, why don't you, jump in here, Steve. Why don't you come do classes in North Carolina? Why don't you come do classes in California? I had somebody that wants me to come. He's got 4 students up in Seattle, Washington. And guys, I'm not against it, but understand, like when I teach a class in Texas, the last class I did in Texas, I had a student there from Maine. I had a student there from Tampa, Florida. All right, Lou. I had 2 students there from California, and I had a student there from Alaska. All right, so if you're gonna fly, You know, you can fly into California. I mean, you can fly into Texas as easy as you can fly into North Carolina or fly somewhere else. If you're driving, I understand Texas is a ways. And that's why I like teaching in Tennessee. Tennessee is kind of centrally located here in the U.S. I know it's not for everybody, guys. I fully understand that. But understand, I try to do the best that I can. Random American threw down $56. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Happy birthday and many more. I do appreciate that, guys. Luke B. TR Live, do you ever carry a backup pistol in your main to your main EDC pistol? And if so, what is it? That would be what my wife calls my church pistol. If I'm going somewhere where I believe is high threat, but I'm not planning on getting in a gunfight, for example, St. Louis, for example, Baltimore, for example, Memphis, anywhere like that, I have a Glock 19 that has a Holosun with a Vulcan reticle on it. That is my EDC pistol. I run G9 external hollow point ammo. I understand you guys can buy G9. There are some types that are restricted. I run G9 that will defeat level 3 body armor. Okay? But the cool part is I have the badge that allows me to carry it. All right? You guys can carry it too. You can. I'm just poking fun at people that like to get weird ammo. If it's going to be really ugly, if it gets real, if you're planning on, man, this is going to be shady, or I'm doing personal security for like some rich clients, then I add one more extra spare mag. All right, so instead of one extra mag of 17 rounds, it'll be 2 magazines of 17 rounds. But sometimes I will carry what we call my church pistol, my backup, which is a Glock 43X. I've had the slide milled. Who did I have milled? It was actually milled by Danger Close Armament. They do a great job milling slides. And same thing, it's running a 507K that's got the Vulcan reticle in it. I actually got a video coming out on that optic here pretty soon. But the reality is, if things get that bad, like hey, it's where we're going, the potential is there for it to get really ugly. You'll see me carrying my Euro trash bag, and that's got my shorty AR in it. Because the reality is, if I'm planning on getting in a gunfight, understand I'm going to bring a rifle to a gunfight. That's just, you understand, you carry a pistol when you're not planning on getting in a gunfight. You're not. Because here's the deal, guys. I pray you never, ever have to draw a firearm on another American. Honest. I don't care if it's some gangbanger or whatever. He's still got a mom out there, and she doesn't. And the reality is that there's a lot of tragic tales of wasted youth out there. But the reality is, I pray you never have to draw down on another American.
Bob and weed.
Yeah, I pray you don't have to do that. So always try to avoid such situations. But if we're doing personal security or anywhere in a high threat area, you'll see me with not just a backup pistol, but a backup rifle. All right. Let's see. Steve, I got a couple more. Let me burn through them real quick.
Go for it, brother.
Guns and Outdoors channel threw down $20 minus shipping and handling. Happy birthday, Karl. The low light, no light course was awesome. I'm loving the AGM Global Night Vision. Thanks for the great class, Justin Stevens. Justin, thank you so much. He has a YouTube channel, guys. If you're not checking out his YouTube channel, he's in the chat. Hit him up. He's got great stuff. He also does video reviews of our classes. For example, he brought a bunch of his buddies down from North Carolina, and these guys had been to Warrior Poet and Pat Mack and all these other experienced instructors on the East Coast. And, I don't toot my horn, but they said that, again, understand when I say our classes, ours, I'm not, when I say tactical rifleman, that's not me. It's not me. It's guys like Steve. It's Randy Wurst. It's Emery Morgenstern. It's Z Durham. It's all my other great instructors. They're the ones that really push our classes over the top. And you'll see I'm not good at making money because I give you guys more than your money's worth. I really do. I understand classes are expensive, but there's no quitting at 4 p.m. We train. We do night shoots. We do everything else. Without a doubt. So anyway, Justin just attended our low light, no light shooting course. Steve was one of the assistant instructors on. Matter of fact, you got the class T-shirt on. You gonna show them the back, dude? I turn this a little bit more. Can you guys see that? Low light, no light, combat shooting, right? That's a good looking shirt right there. Thank you, Steve. It's a good looking shirt, black on black. It was a good class. It was a real good class. Night shooting, and I've taken low light, no light shooting courses. And one thing that always pissed me off was they're like, all right, yeah, show up at 5 p.m. after dinner. Okay, so now I got to eat dinner early. It don't get dark till 9 p.m. You understand, here in Kentucky in end of July, it don't get dark till almost 10 p.m. So now you're at an outdoor range. It's covered with mosquitoes. We don't even start shooting till 10 p.m. That doesn't make for good training. So we did a class at an indoor range that not only could we black it out, kill the lights, we made that thing dark. And good class.
Absolutely.
Good class.
Good students, good instructors.
Yeah, we had
facility at Louisville Armory.
Louisville,
Kentucky.
We had a good time indeed. All right. Got just a couple more coming in.
David.
Matthew Dion. Hey, Steve and Karl, do you guys know anything about Bear Creek Arms ARs? Thank you both and happy birthday, Karl. Have you ever heard of Bear Creek Arms?
No, I have not.
Wow, the phone is just a dinging. Honest, dude, I've never heard of them. I'm not saying that's bad. Understand, I don't get out much, and I just don't. You understand? We go to SHOT Show, we go around, and you want to see everything that's new, but the 4 months leading up to SHOT Show, the industry show, you're scheduling so many meetings that most of my time is going from meeting to meeting to meeting. And there's 3,000 booths there, 3,000 booths. So we do the best we can, but we don't always see all the new stuff. All right. All right, we got that one. Next one's from Mike B. Someone needs to remove the battery from his smoke alarm before lighting the cake. I think he's making fun that I've got 56 candles on my cake. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you rubbing it in.
It's better than 56 sparklers.
And, I used to say, hey, okay, I'm 55, but I'm here to tell you, I will keep up with anybody. My assaulters, when I was company sergeant major, because I would go on ops with them, they'd tell you, Sergeant Major Erickson, he'll keep up. So I hit 40, and I could go out and run with the assaulters. If that bad guy ran out the back door and squirted, I was right there keeping up with the assaulters. And come the next day, I'm good to go. But when I hit 40, the next day, I wasn't moving that good. Then I hit 45, and I could still keep up with my assaulters, but like the next 3 days, I couldn't move worth a shit. So I hit 50, and I get up every morning, and it feels like I've been out chasing bad guys. So I'm going to hurt either way. So now I just keep going. I just keep running. So I will still chase everybody and not care at all. I will keep up with the bad guys. You're not going to outrun me. I am faster in full kit body armor than probably 90% of you guys. I say that. I understand I'm post knee replacement rate. You give me a month. Give me 3 months, and I'll be back running. This one's from Kraken Tactical EDC. He threw down 50 Australian quid. Happy birthday. Have a drink on me. Hop along. Hope the knee heals up soon. Thank you, Craddock. I appreciate that. Kraken, not Craddock, Kraken. Thank you, brother John. I do appreciate that. John makes, you guys know I love my Kraken tactical knives. My favorite one, I had to make one special for our patrons. And it's badass knife. It's kind of one that me and John designed together. And I was like, this is the most badass knife ever. And then Randy Worst.
I was about to say,
Randy Worst designed a knife with John, and they come out with it. I mean, you couldn't get it on the camera all at once, and it is a monster. It's called the Damn Cowboy, and it is. I got one. It's a gorgeous knife. It's in front of my desk.
It's on the TR channel on YouTube. Look for Special Forces operator and his gear belt.
Yeah, we got a whole video about how a Green Beret sets up his war belt. I did one of those videos. Jason Phelan, our SEAL, did a video. Z Durham did a video. Well, we asked Randy Worst to do a video on how he sets up his gun belt, and he brings it in. It's a freaking knife belt with a gun on it. There's like 9 knives on it, right? I was like, that is just
I love the
cool.
part where he said, well, it's built this way because if I need to shave wood off of a log so I can build a cabin, I can flat shave the wood so we can have the walls
I like, this
flat.
is not a build a cabin belt. This is a combat belt, but you just never know. Right? That's Randy Worst. That's matter of fact, Randy will be coming, but he's been out at Montana. You understand this guy is 70 years old now. Randy Worst spends every summer, he kisses his wife goodbye, and he goes up in the mountains of Montana to spend the summer teaching and mentoring Gold Star family kids. And if you guys that don't know what a Gold Star family is, basically if you're in the military and you get killed, your family is now a Gold Star family. And, a lot of those young wives with infants or 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds, well, that's tragic, right? Well, those kids eventually get bigger and they need mentors. And so Randy takes these kids up in the mountains in Montana, and they've been sending me all kinds of videos and pictures. These kids love, right? There is a town in Montana that has a bronze bust of Randy Rawhide Worst, mustache and everything. So when somebody, when we do a Randy video on Tactical Rifleman, and they don't get very many views. He did one on his survival weapons, and somebody actually made the comment, why would I take advice by some fat old guy? So, and the whole time I'm thinking, this is some schmuck that's out there on the internet that one doesn't realize the free gems of information that Randy's putting out. But two, everybody on the internet is just so brave because nobody gets punched in the face anymore. They just don't. So how do you respond to that? If you bash me, I might reply back to you, or chances are I'll just leave it. But you bash Randy Rawhide Worst, I right click and this button pops up that says block forever. And block, it deletes it and blocks you.
You know how you reply to it?
You'll never get the comment on another TR video. You'll literally have to start another YouTube, another Google email account.
You know how I respond to it? I would say, beware an old man in a profession where men die young.
Yes, without a doubt.
Think about that.
Please don't bash Randy, guys. Randy's one of the greatest Americans out there.
If you bash Randy Worst, God's going to get you. I'm telling you that right now.
Seriously.
God is going to get you.
Seriously. All right. Nope. I got another one. Wow. These things are just coming in. All right. Luke B. Did you ever meet Major General...
Oh, Singlop.
Singlop?
Yeah.
You know a Singlop?
Yeah, I know Singlop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about him? Just another general.
He was a general. I mean,
another 012, huh?
What do you
want to
do
know?
with the general? He comes through, you answer the questions, and you press on.
The one general I wanted to meet was General Dipsticky. You know, he became general of the army, and he took the black beret. Morale was low in the army. He took the black. He tried to take the green beret away from the Green Berets to give it to the entire army to raise morale, and he couldn't do it because it was actually awarded by President Kennedy. So instead, he took the black beret away from the Rangers, gave it to the whole army to raise morale. Of course, everybody gets their black beret. They look at it, it says "Made in China" on the inside. It didn't help morale, by the way. But anyways, I always wanted to meet General Dipsticky and counsel him verbally.
I think he became a congressman or senator in Hawaii.
I'm sure. No, he was in charge of the VA or something for a while. And like the VA immediately got flushed down the toilet. You understand, just because you're a general, and I understand, I like a lot of our generals. I don't like a lot of colonels. But when you make general, it's like, okay, I shouldn't have to deal with the politics anymore. There are certain generals that I like. Maddox, Mad Dog Maddox. I love Maddox. General Kelly. I like, those are two Marine generals.
We got Pagan.
Mulholland, two former 5th Group commanders that went on to make general. I love both those guys.
Brennan's general now.
Me and him, I didn't mind him, but he didn't like me because he thought I was too much of a cowboy. So,
Karl, you were a cowboy.
Steve, I remember, I resemble that remark. I don't appreciate you saying that. All right. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Steve's calling the apple an apple. I guess I was. All right. We are... No, here's another one. This is, without further ado, question. How often does Karl do ops with the local PD? Not very often. I used to do high-risk warrants every once in a while. But honestly, I live in a very, very safe community. And
of course,
it's a small town, guys.
The sheriff's department is 2 blocks down the road.
Not even 2 blocks.
Not even 2
My
blocks.
sheriff's department is golf ball. You understand? You leave the hill, and that's the sheriff's department. And then the police department.
It's a T intersection. If you go over the intersection, you're gonna hit the sheriff's building.
Yeah. And you guys know I support law enforcement. I really do. Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
Couple live streams ago, I think Steve said he was qualified as a maritime scout sniper instructor. Did you ever discuss the possibility of him teaching precision rifle or other classes? I actually just mentioned Steve just helped me teach low light, no light combat shooting, PVS 14s, all that stuff. I used Steve to teach our last Patreon course. Here's the deal: is Steve is his own man, and you understand, Steve is like way up here, and I'm a lowly instructor. So Steve has been doing things on his own with corporate America, and I am happy that Steve is slowly coming out of retirement and spending more and more time with us. Steve is going to be at our Patreon course. And the more Steve starts knocking the cobwebs off and start getting back in his own way.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
As I said to the students at the low light, no light course, I was learning stuff that I had forgotten. And it takes a while, guys. Just like they say, marksmanship skills, shooting skills is perishable. It is. Because I found myself the other day when we were shooting the LAR-47, the AR-15, something about 39 on the video, I found myself jumping the trigger. I found myself chasing the impact on the steel target instead of staying on the dot. But as I got further into the video and I transferred from the large target to the small target, aim small, miss small, I started to correct myself. So it takes a while. And I don't mind teaching with Karl. I love teaching with Karl and being around the other instructors, Randy, Emery, Ross, Chad, the rest of the guys, because Travis Hall, I sat through Travis Hall's medical class because, again, I learned things that I had forgotten. Just going over everything that he had, and then the little incident we had on top of the tower was golden because
Yeah.
I walked all the shooters on the tower. I said, guys, okay, we have an injury. We just had a class yesterday from Travis. Okay, what injury is that? It's an extremity bleeder. I said, exactly. And whose med kit do we use? The injured person's med kit. Very good, class. Karl, we have a slight medical emergency on top of the tower.
I'm
I got to bring it down.
How do you have an injury on a sniper tower? I'm like, did somebody get a sliver? Did somebody fall off? I'm like, no, they chopped a finger off. What, like like an axe? Anyway, we're not gonna.
What really got me focused on him, because I thought it was just a boo-boo owie. When the guy said, Randy, would you open the chamber so we could take his finger out? I said, wait a minute, if he's standing up here, but you got to open the chamber to take his finger out. Then it was the 14 flights of steps to get him down to the bottom. There was no elevator. There was no Randy, 3-pulley, what's that rope system he does? So we had some live training during some practice training. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you for your question. Love the Marine Corps. You guys know I love the Marine Corps.
Guys, understand the greatest operators on the planet and even the greatest instructors on the planet. Steve was one of the greatest instructors back in the day. If you haven't done it in a while, you've got to sit back and watch and get back up to speed. And even if you take a break for a short period of time, I'll have instructors like, hey, Karl, I know that block of instruction I used to teach, but I can't do it because this class, will you cover it? And they understand that I can teach the whole course because I'm always doing this every so many months nonstop. It stays fresh for me. But I have instructors that I use here and then I use over here, and I use different instructors for this. If they haven't done it in a while and they haven't practiced it, to me, I respect a guy more for being honest enough to me to say, hey, I'm not competent enough right now to do it. Everybody's confident enough, but competent. You know, up here, we all think we're 23-year-old operators, but the reality is if you're not in shape and you haven't been practicing and your gear isn't set up to the point to where you've mastered all of it, then you shouldn't be the one demonstrating the drill.
Exactly.
And, it's just
that's
okay.
why at the low light course, most of the time I was the guy picking up the brass.
No, Steve still did good input. Steve did good stuff.
I know.
But like, and Emery said the same thing. Remember, Emery's background was not as long as Steve's was, a little more recent, but not as long as Steve's. And he did run a PVS-14 with the Israeli military. But Emery was sitting in the back of the classroom going, yeah, Karl, nobody ever taught me that. I have learned things sitting in this class that nobody, we had to figure it all out ourselves. Nobody ever taught me this. And I'm like, exactly. But you had years in the military of using it every day. Civilians come in to take a class, or law enforcement. We had a couple law enforcement in the class. They come in to take a class on using the night vision optics and stuff. And they don't have the ability to take it home and use it. And so how do I was building the class, sitting on the couch upstairs. I just had knee surgery. I'm all up on drugs and stuff with my laptop trying to put together this low light, no light class. And I'm like, I need to cover this, and this. But how do I explain that? Because I've never had to explain it before. I would always do it with operators that had already been using night vision for 5-10 years, literally 5-10 years. Now all of a sudden I've got to take guys that have never used it before and don't understand the difference from one eye to the other and pros and cons of each, because it'll work over either eye. So it was a good course. And I got a lot out of it. I did enjoy it. All right, a couple more. You guys are throwing super chats down here. Hook, who was in that class?
Yeah, I know Hook.
Hook threw down $50. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. New York City drummer 23. That's Marvin. You guys sup, Marvin.
Sup, Marvin.
Sup, Marvin. He said, "Happy birthday, Karl," and then he's got a bunch of emojis.
Yeah,
You know, Steve uses emojis all the time. He does. Steve loves
I'm an
his
emotional
emojis.
kind of guy.
I can honestly say I have never used an emoji in my
And I
entire
can
life.
honestly agree with you.
I
honestly agree with you.
I've also never taken a selfie. Not one time. Why? Because
Carl.
I can hand him the phone and
Carl.
have him take a picture of me, and that way I can like tweak my nipples and stuff. I can make that shit look good. But I've just never.
Carl, you're a caveman. You're a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur. Yeah, I'm that relic that refuses, right? All right, Tommy Salter, Tactical Rifleman, have you met or remember an old school SF medic named Robbie Eves? You know Robbie Eves?
It sounds kind of familiar, but I mean, just to
Yeah,
jump out at me.
honest, dude. I'm not saying he's not good people. I'm just saying
all
I didn't
SF
get out much.
All SF medics are good people.
Yeah. Here's the deal. The weird thing about special forces, like in the big army, you always get moved around. 101st, 82nd, 2nd ID, 1st Cav. You get moved around all over. You go be a drill sergeant. You go be a recruiter. You go to Hawaii. You come back. You go to Korea.
Go to
You get
Switch.
moved around. Once you go special forces, once you get to a group, for example, if you go to 10th group, you might learn Russian, German, Polish. You go to
Ukrainian.
7th group, you're going to learn Spanish. You go to 1st group, you're going to learn Chinese, Mandarin. You're going to learn Thai. You're going to learn Korean. You go to 5th group, you learn Arabic and Persian Farsi.
Pashto, Urdu.
You might, from 5th group or from 10th group, go to the schoolhouse for a couple years. But after that, what group are they going to send you to? They're not going to send you to the 101st. They're not going to send you to 82nd. If you spoke Arabic, why would they send you to 1st group in the Orient? You understand, there are 4 people in the Orient that speak Arabic. 4 people in the entire thing.
They're all in jail.
Yeah. You understand, you go Central South America, there's 9 people that speak Arabic down there. If you don't speak Spanish, you don't belong down there. So if you speak Arabic, you're going to stay in 5th group. You'll keep coming back to 5th group. So I don't know what
And
language
if you speak
Eve
Arabic
spoke.
and Persian Farsi,
Yeah,
you're never going
you're
anyplace else.
You're never going to leave 5th
I can
group.
attest to that.
Which was fine. My wife, you guys understand, I live in my wife's hometown. I love my wife's family. I love it here in Kentucky. So when I went through the medic course, and you know, you've got to put on your list where you want to go. And like people will put like, I want to go Stuttgart, Germany. Then I want to go 10th group at Fort Carson, Colorado. My 3rd choice will be 7th group. They put, and you got to list 3 separate groups. For me, my wife did not want to leave this area, so I had to go to 5th group. So I put down 1st Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group, 2nd Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group, 3rd Battalion, 5th Special Forces Group. So I take honor grad from the medic course, and I get my assignment, and it says Okinawa, and it's SIF company in Okinawa, and I was like, I'm screwed. I'm going to end up getting divorced because there's no way my wife is going to Okinawa. So I went.
I don't think they let dependents go to Okinawa.
Yeah, they do. So anyways, because I'm about in tears. I'm going to end up getting divorced, right? I just got my Green Beret. And I went and checked. I'm like, hey, is there some mistake? Because I really wanted 5th group. And the guy that did the orders, he pulled up my piece of paper. He's like, no, dude, you're honor grad. We gave you the top of your list. I'm like, no, top of my list was first. And he pulled out my piece of paper and it said Okinawa. And then it said Stuttgart, Germany. And then it said C-37 Panama. And then he's like, that's your signature. And I look at it, and that was not my signature, not at all. Now, somebody else, I think it was one of the instructors that I'd accidentally stabbed in the foot with a syringe. Don't judge me, all right? I was working on my K-prime patient, and I pulled the syringe out, and you stick it in the ground. That way, you're sharp. So you stick your sharp in the ground so that, you don't have to worry about somebody cutting their hands on it. And I reached back to stick it in the ground, and the instructor was standing behind me wearing sneakers with his clipboard, and I stuck it right through the top of his foot.
And you made honor
I
grad?
made honor grad. Anyway, I don't know for sure it was him, but anyways, he hooked me up. So I panicked and I called the 5th Group Sergeant Major Clow, Command Sergeant Major Clow.
Winston Cloud.
And he said, don't worry about it. I'll be there for the regimental graduation supper tomorrow night. You go to language school, you just tell them that you're there for Arabic and you go to Arabic. And sure enough, they called my name for Mandarin Chinese or some shit like that. And I said, no, I'm here for Arabic, and they don't give a shit. They're like, Roger that, go over there. So I did Arabic, and sure enough, the Command Sergeant Major pulled the string and got me reassigned to 5th Special Forces Group, which is awesome. And me and my wife built our little house here, and I've lived in my wife's family's hometown ever since. Right, we've got a couple more. Good stuff. All right, okay, next one is from Ed P. I'm interested in the low light, no light class and looking at 4,000 to 5,000. What would include a PVS 14? Yeah, the PVS 14, you can go back and look at I don't have the prices listed anymore. The cool part about that class, guys, is I worked out a deal with AGM Global Vision because I understand buying nods is a big deal. So you show up to class, every student got brand new PVS 14s. I even had a set of binos there. And they were Gen 2 Plus, hand-selected tubes, no artifact in zone 1, minimal artifact or no artifact at all. Not when I say artifact, I mean little specks of dust in the tube. Most of them didn't have any artifact at all. And then 3, if you wanted to upgrade to like a Gen 3 tube, and they were all ghost white phosphor, complete green bags, helmet mounts, all that. We had everything for them. Skull crusher mount, sacrificial lenses, everything. If guys that wanted Gen 3 tubes could get Gen 3 tubes, they just had to pay the difference up front. But the cool part was at the end of the course, students had an option of actually buying their set of PVS 14s at basically my cost, which is a lot lower than where you could get it on the internet, which I kind of screwed myself because I forgot to charge them for tax, but I get to pay tax. So you guys understand I'm not good at this business thing. I'm losing my ass on it. So we'll work something out similar for the next class. It'll be on the calendar for 2024, and I'll let you guys know when those dates go up. Yeah, it's hard to do sometimes when I get great ideas. All right, I got another one here from PV Time. Karl, when and where you get this green beret? This one right here. That's my green beret.
That's actually incorrect. Now that we switch back to the old Vietnam War.
Yeah, they've got a different flash on their green beret. They went back to the old Vietnam flash. Where did I get my green beret? I went Special Forces right after Desert Storm. In Desert Storm, I had a scout sniper team for the 101st Airborne out in the middle of the Iraqi desert. And knowing that I would always go to be a Green Beret, I just didn't think I was good enough yet. And then finally after Desert Storm, and I saw that the only guys that were really doing anything were the Green Berets, I said, yeah, I'm done with the regular Army. It's time for me to make the jump. And my wife said, do it, quit. You keep saying you're going to go. You keep saying you're going to go be a Green Beret. Go do it. Go. So, yeah, my wife said it was time for me to quit whining and just go. So, lo and behold, off I went to be a Green Beret. Let me see if I can get this one to open. Susan just keeps sending them. All right, catch me outside. There's a commercial running selling some pain cream with a former special operations soldier, and they claimed he had a 4,500 confirmed kills. Is that even plausible? 4,500.
What the hell did they do? Drop a couple of JDAMs on a hockey soccer field?
Yeah, maybe he was in the Air Force and I must have been a SEAL. I don't know.
No, even the SEALs won't exaggerate that much. It had to be Air Force.
No, it had to be Air Force.
Some TAC-P. He dropped the J-downs mistakenly on a soccer stadium doing the championship.
Guys, I don't mean to bash anybody like that. If he really did that, that's awesome. He's the man.
4,000?
4,500 confirmed kills. You understand that 82nd Airborne does not have that many confirmed kills in the 20 years of global war on terror. The entire 82nd Airborne Division has not killed 4,500 people in Iraq and Afghanistan put together.
And he did it with a K-bar, right?
I'm not. You understand? I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Understand? This has been a insurgency and unconventional warfare. The global war on terror has definitely been unconventional warfare. So your special ops guys get considerably more confirmed or even unconfirmed kills than the big army does. But 4,500 confirmed kills. Yeah, I tell you what, he's been rubbing that lotion on his temples too much and it's rotting his brain out. All right. Hey, Karl, would you be able to give Kevin Fryer, who's a patron, a shout out for sending the... you guys remember I mentioned the damn cowboy knife? And how that's like the most badass knife. It's from Kraken Tactical. If you guys want like the coolest knife on the planet, you got to get the damn cowboy knife. Well, Susan Britcher would like to thank Kevin Fryer, who was one of our patrons, for sending Susan the damn cowboy knife as a gift. I believe I'm getting it right. He works a lot, so doesn't often make it. Right, so Kevin, if you're watching this after the fact, you're watching this live stream tomorrow, Susan says, big thank you for sending that knife. It is very cool. Isn't that cool? My patrons, they don't just send me stuff. They send each other stuff. My Patreon family buys each other birthday presents and Christmas presents, and they're just such a great bunch of people. They really are. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, because you'll hear me talk about the Patreon course, you go to patreon.com/tactical rifleman, and let's say you like Indian pottery. You can go on to patreon.com and you can find some starving artists that makes Indian pottery, and you can support them. You can support that starving artist. $5 a month, $20 a month, whatever. They'll put up pictures of their Indian pottery, whatever. So when YouTube started demonetizing all of our videos, well, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? There's no way I can keep this channel afloat. We're going to have to close the channel. There's no way I can do this. Heather, who edits our videos up in New York City, she's like, well, you could start a Patreon. And I'm like, what's a Patreon? They're like, well, people kind of inspire. I'm like, well, that's gay. There's no way we're going to do that. That's stupid. So she started it anyways. And for example, if you're a $2 a month patron, $1 or $2 a month patron, once a month I film a quick shooting tip video, or quick tip, like the different ways to tie a square knot, purposes for it, whatever. Or we do different quick shooting tips that are not available on the open internet for everybody else. If you are a $5 a month patron, I do story time with Karl. Once a month, I share one of my war stories, or I have Randy share a war story, whatever. $10 a month patron, we do, and that makes you a Bronze Star patron, I think. Bronze Star. We do a question and answer video. And so, in other words, they get to post a question, and it's not like here where we answer questions in like 30 seconds. If it's a question, I will bring like the guns and the equipment and everything, and I will properly answer it. Some of those videos are 2-3 hours long. Some of them are only an hour long, but they're all well answered videos. Matter of fact, that video just went live a few days ago. Then we do, and again, there's different levels to be patrons, and we do a Patreon only Zoom live stream. So it's kind of like this live stream, but it's a Zoom live stream. So in other words, instead of it just being me and Steve here, it's a bunch. It looks like the frickin' Brady Bunch. You've got all the Silver Star patrons up there, and you can all talk to each other. And one of our moderators, Susan, she moderates that. And sometimes it goes for hours and hours, and I can get up and leave, and they will just keep going. They'll just keep going on, and it is a great, great time. Once a year, we do a Patreon-only course. And this year we're doing it's 4 days long. We're doing it. Matter of fact, I just posted all the details today. Steve's coming, hopefully. Hopefully you don't back out on me. Randy Wurst, I got a list of instructors. We just posted the schedule. We're doing lever guns and revolvers for all the new shooters, 22s. Also, for, let's say you want to bring your spouse and your kids, but your kids have never shot a gun before, your spouse has never shot a gun before. That's okay. That's why I have good instructors that are going to do that. The experienced shooter is going to be on a completely different range doing more advanced shooting stuff. And that's just day one. We're going to get into picking locks and all kinds of great stuff. We have a good time indeed.
And that's where we discussed it a couple of days ago. We hadn't announced it to you guys yet, but we had such good feedback from the wives and the children last year on day one, where they get introduced to firearms. We got so much feedback, positive feedback on the lever actions, that I had just discussed it with Karl maybe 3 days ago, that we have certain companies bring in the complete line of lever action rifles and revolvers and make it a lever action revolver and or pistol carbine day for the Patreon course, which is day one, October 24th.
And they don't have to. If you'd rather go do the advanced shooting one, that's fine. And that's the cool part about it is I'm hoping to have 30 or 40 patrons there and a army of instructors, just like last year. Last year we had 40 patrons, 10 instructors, and 12 instructors. And we brought a Little Bird helicopter in, and we did platform shooting. It was a good time, Ghost Enemy threw down $2. Here is $2 to go towards that tax, LOL. Yeah, you understand, I sold like 50 grand of night vision. Alton Werferson, 20 bones. Hope you have a wonderful birthday, Karl. Steve, thank both of you for looking out for my Pops coach work. Pops coach work. This is from Alton McCurson.
Oh, Coach Bergerson from Montgomery County shooting facility. Remember Coach? Black guy. He was on Kane. He was at.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, Coach. What's up, Coach? Okay.
All right. Okay.
Coach is saying, hope you have a wonderful birthday, Karl. Happy birthday, Steve. Thank both of you for looking out for my pops. Oh, okay. That's Coach's son.
Yep. All right, guys.
Shout out to you, and appreciate your support on that project of certain companies selling my name.
All right, guys, here's the deal. I have a personal favor to ask you guys, and I appreciate you guys throwing the $20 down and the $2 and the $5. I appreciate that. I really do. It's my birthday. I appreciate that.
Karl. It's your birthday. Go, Karl.
I have had, I live a very blessed life. I do. You guys know I do. I have people like Steve and Randy and everybody in my life. I have the best wife that there ever was. I got great kids. And I made it through all that. You guys understand I have 75 months of combat pay. All right. I made it all that time. I don't have a single Purple Heart. All right.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a great thing. Yeah. I had a Marine next to me, rocket hit the wall, and he ended up losing his arm, standing right next to me. I had a Navy Seabee that had just fixed my Wi-Fi internet. The 10-foot long Katyusha rocket came in, and I ran up there with the aid bag, and he died in my arms. His heart was actually outside of his chest. All right. And so I'm just saying I'm very, very thankful. I'm not joking when I say that, guys. This is the fin section from that rocket. All right. I saved this in his honor. All right. I know I wasn't allowed to bring it home. I don't give a shit. All right.
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless that guy. So I lived a very blessed life. You guys hear me talk about my patrons and how they're friends of mine. I have a patron and a personal friend of mine called Ray Craddock. He came to my very first Patreon class. It was him and Susan Britcher that talked me into doing a Patreon course. This was 5 years ago. He's Hawaiian. He's a nice guy. He used to work for the Department of Homeland Security. And his wife's Hawaiian. They were stationed in Idaho or somewhere. Finally got moved, transferred back to Hawaii. And anyways, he ended up getting in his vehicle, his Suburban, got in a bad car wreck. Like how bad? Like bad enough that he didn't lose his arm, but it tore the nerve to the point to where he has no use of the arm at all. And I don't know. I don't even know if he's watching tonight. I really I don't care. You know, I keep him in my family's prayers, and I have ever since that happening. Not only so, the Department of Homeland Security not only won't pay for this experimental surgery, but they've basically said, hey, we're putting you out. We're kicking you out. We're firing you because that way we don't have to pay for your medical anymore, which is crazy, right? Because they don't have a VA like the military does. So he just had this experimental surgery where they actually took nerves, a long nerve out of the back of his leg, and they've tried to reattach it in his shoulder. So and it was experimental surgery. He had to come back to the States to have this surgery done. And you understand, whether you like Ray or not, and I'm here to tell you, Ray is an awesome guy. Even if I didn't like Ray, there's no wife and no daughter that deserve to have a husband and dad that doesn't have two arms to hug them with. You know, so anyways, Ray's wife put, you understand the government's not paying for this. So, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't want you guys to do super chats, I do. But I'm going to put it up here for a second. And what this is, guys, is Ray Craddock's family put up a GoFundMe. And I'm hoping Susan can put the link up on the screen. And if you look at the picture, Ray Craddock is he's got an ugly mug. He blends right in with me and the boys. He really does. He's a great guy. He's a total ass clown that is always joking around. He loves guns. He's been part of the asylum here in the chat room for years, since we started Tactical Rifleman. He has been part of my chat room, and he fell off for a while. Why? Because he was in the hospital for months, And I know you can't really see his wife and his daughter there in the picture, but his wife is this little itty bitty Hawaiian girl. She's right out of a hula dress. She's a gorgeous little trophy wife that is super, super sweet. The whole family is just picture perfect. Everybody loved them at the Patreon course. They're just the sweetest people. And honest, I wish I could cut them a check for the full amount and say, like, Ray, hey, whatever it costs, whatever the experimental surgery costs, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. But the reality is I can't do that. I don't have the money to do that. I'm in the middle of putting my daughter through school, and I didn't join the military to make money. I didn't join the military to make money. So what do? What can Karl do to help this guy out? What can Karl do to help out Ray and his family? I have a platform. Well, it's actually a stool. Okay, I have a stool, but I have you guys watching, and you don't have to. Honest note, you don't have to say in the chat room, "Hey, I'm gonna give $20 to it." And again, I ask Susan and Donut, whoever, to put the link to the GoFundMe there. I appreciate you guys doing that. Just keep plugging it for me. And maybe my son can put it in the description under the video for people watching tomorrow. But I understand, guys, it's like giving tithes at church. You don't go in the chat room and say, hey, I gave my 10%, or, hey, I'm better than you because I gave $500. No, nobody's going to know. Ray Craddock and his family will know. But if you can give $5, if you can give $2, if you've never done GoFundMe before, I think it's a pretty neat invention. GoFundMes, they take a very, very small percentage. And we have done this here before to help other people. And I had part of my Patreon family in Eastern Kentucky. They lost their home in a flood. And they're a young couple. What are we going to do? We're in Eastern Kentucky. What are we going to do? And good people help good people. They do. So anyways, this is me on my birthday, laying it on you guys. If you want to give Karl a birthday present, I would love to push a big pile of cash to Ray Craddock and his wife. So anyways, see if you can help me out with that. All right, it's no GoFundMe, it's Give, Send, Go. All right, so it's similar to GoFundMe. It's called Give, Send, Go. All right, I guess it's similar to a GoFundMe. Thank you, Susan, for correcting me. I'm a dumbass. I don't know any better. All right, Anthony. Tuned in a bit late. Remodeling closet. Glad you liked the jacket. Anthony, thank you for the jacket, brother. I do appreciate it. One of my favorite birthday presents. I got some more. Another guy saying happy birthday. It's like nobody knew this was my birthday today.
I didn't know.
Wow, John Rich. John Rich just wished me happy birthday. And I owe Steve for that. John Rich is good people. You guys know the country music star John Rich. I would have never met John Rich if it wasn't for Steve Holland. So
you two deserve to meet each other. You're good people.
Yeah, John. We ran a pistol. It was supposed to be pistol carbine, but we spent the whole day doing pistol for John and his brother and dad. So you guys don't mind if I answer that one? Thanks, buddy. It auto writes, so everybody gets the same. Everybody today got thanks, buddy. All right. Susan just tried to call me. All right. Please take picture down. Oh shit. Sorry.
I was going to mention that.
Sorry, guys. I
missed
think
that.
I left that up too long. Shit.
We got a shout out to you and a happy birthday from Ed
All right,
Shulman. Ed Shulman wants to know, who's your favorite Air Force guy?
Take the effing picture down! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation. Yes, ma'am. Guys, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right.
Okay,
Who?
Ed Shulman,
Ed Shulman.
TAC P. Ed said, who's your favorite, happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
who's your favorite Air Force guy?
Is Ed Shulman. Hey, first off, is Ed watching?
Yeah, he's watching.
Ed Shulman, if you were watching, he literally is the best.
Oh, yeah,
He is the best TAC P ever.
He's probably the best run and gun TAC P I've
ever. We would bring him on ops with us, A15. Ed, you got to reach out to me, dude, because you come up in conversation, you'd be surprised, because you understand the Air Force is an excellent alternative to military service. You know that. So I bash a lot of Air Force guys, but I actually respect you. I actually respect Ed Shulman. So you understand, I don't say that about very many people. So that's awesome. That is Ed. I'm glad you chimed in, and thank you for saying that. Wow. Join my damn cowboy knife. That's from Annalise. And all right. I did that one. Has Karl ever trained with the Thai military? I have not. That would be first group guys. I've never trained with the Thai military. Let me rephrase that. There was a Thai military officer in my Ranger School class, but he was in a different platoon. So it's not like I trained with them, more like he trained with my Ranger School class. And one thing I will say is that's my Ranger School graduation picture, and there's nobody in there Thai. There's just not. Did you know they quit failing foreign officers in Ranger School? Did you know that, Steve? You know why? Because I forgot what country it was, but there were 2 officers that failed Ranger School, and when they went back to their host country, they were put to death for embarrassing the country. So the U.S. military, TRADOC, decided, okay, from here on out, everybody passes. Well, not... funny stuff.
Shout out to Byron Russell.
Byron Russell watching.
My man.
Thank you, brother. He actually wished me happy birthday also. All right. You've also missed a bunch of super chats and questions, or you already did all good. Okay, you already did all good. Yeah, Susan, I got them. I've been keeping up, I think. Guys, if I miss your super chat, again, I apologize. I really do. I do apologize. My wife said she was going to bring me something, but I don't know what it was. So we'll see. Maybe if my wife is watching my live stream, I want to tell my wife and my daughter and my son, thank you for the birthday presents, and that I love my family very, very much.
I think it's
How about
time.
you, Steve?
I think it's time for you to go say hello to your wife and stretch your knee, because you know you're supposed to get up off your knee every 30 minutes. We've been sitting here for an hour and a half.
All right. And Steve hasn't had any Steve time. That's what that was. That was Steve telling me to leave.
Get the hell out.
All right.
Go.
Okay. Hold on. I just have
Walk
one
your
more
knee
come
off.
in.
Walk your knee off.
All right. From Kraken Tactical, auction off one of the goodies I've sent you for Ray. Guys, do you see that? That's good people right there. Kraken Tactical, John from Kraken Tactical just said for me to auction off one of the goodies that he sent me to raise money for Ray Craddock. Done. I appreciate you doing that. Matter of fact, we'll do that on another live stream. I will. I'm gonna go say hi to my bride. I'm gonna ice my knee real quick. And
ice your knee, Karl.
Oh, my pancreas.
Listen to him. TR Nation, you have a great host in Karl. God should be thankful for him, his resources, his show. You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my phone now.
I can always hook you up with a CNS shot if you're in too much pain.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Guys, last couple of weeks we've been coming at you. A live stream doing the night vision tactical low light, no light course. We did a conversation on some different products. I got something new for you tonight. I hope you're going to like it. I like it, and I always believe that if I like it, other shooters, other patriotic Americans will be interested in the products that we review, because often we assume that what we know about different products in industry, everybody else does, which surprised me the last couple of shows where I did a review of the Rock River Arms LAR 47, which is the AK-47 magazine-fed AR-15. Not an AR-15 that shoots 7.62 by 39 that takes some unique proprietary magazine. The LAR 47 takes AK-47 magazines. So what I wanted to show you tonight is something that I just recently found out about maybe 4 or 5 days ago, whereas the LAR 47 on the two different shows, all the instructors, when we did the show outside by the fire pit, were surprised and say, "Oh man, that's a great carbine. It must be new." I said, "No, Rock River Arms presented this in 2013." So tonight, I am going to show you something that is an addition to the LAR 47, but it's not just an addition to the LAR 47. It is an addition to any AR-15. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, I've got the products in the boxes here. I'm going to pick up an AR-15 lower receiver group. That being said, YouTube monitors, please understand and accept the fact that I am holding up part of the assembly of an AR-15. It is not a complete rifle. I am not holding a live firearm. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay, I am now picking up the lower receiver group. I'm just joking. This is the lower receiver group, TR Nation, that you saw the last couple of shows. Help me get this right. And again, it is from Rock River. It takes standard AK-47 magazines. This is Rock River's polymer magazine, because as you all know, all the USSR, Russian, Czech, Ukraine, blah, 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 all their magazines, most of them are steel. So we're trying to reduce weight, so we're running the Rock River polymer, and then Magpul has a polymer. So, and you're saying, okay, Steve, you showed us that last time. So what is the new thing? If you're watching very closely, you will see that there is an addition to the buffer tube area, the rear of the receiver. Let me flip this over. As you can see, there is a hinge addition that adapts to the AR-15 lower off the magazine tube. Okay, so again, this is not just for the LAR-47. This will work with any AR-15. Keep in mind, the LAR-47 is gas impingement. It's not piston. Okay, so watch the magic. Watch the magic. Watch the magic. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna push this button. If I can get my fingers in there. And look at that. The stock folds. This is a gas impingement gun. This is not a piston, okay? This is a system that has been developed by Law Tactical, and this basically, if I had the complete upper receiver on it, I am now shortening the profile of this AR by about 15 inches, which of course gives you a better opportunity to carry it in a low profile setup.
Let me know when you want to put up those pictures.
Okay. Now, as you see, it's folded, and basically what Log Tactical did with their folding hinge system here, they lock the buffer tube into the stock. So now you can take a gas impingement AR and fold it, because if you try to do that before, the buffer tube comes out. So they have that locked in, and then you have an additional device right here. Okay, so basically, folded, full gun system. When we get a chance, we'll do a video of the whole gun system. So I want to take it back, fold it, lock it. It's locked. So I can do this, you can do this with any gas impingement gun. So now you have a folding system. And I love folding carbines because I can put them in different kind of carrying devices, carrying cases, carrying bags that don't show a profile of me carrying an AR. Now, the main thing here is this is their one system. They have a couple of systems that, another one is called the ARIC, A-R-I-C, which adds a couple of additional parts, which is their proprietary bolt carrying system.
Shorter bolt carrier.
Well, it's spring-loaded.
Yeah.
And allows you to fire when the stock is folded. This system right here does not allow you to fire the firearm when it's folded, which to me, I prefer to not be able to fire when it's folded. And some of you that say, you know what, I still want to be able to fire when it's folded, they have a bolt carrier system group for you. So this is the exact same LAR 47 we showed in the last couple of live streams, except we added this today to our good friend, the big silverback, Big Al. Put this on, so we'll be able to show this to you tonight. Now, the product, let's go to the pic.
Which one you want? That is
next one. Go to the trailer. Go to the trailer.
That one?
Yeah, that's it. As you can see, it's just two connected parts. One goes on the back of your AR on the buffer tube nut, and the other one attaches to your stock. Go to the ARC pick.
All right, guys, that video that you were just watching is with this. If you look at this, you look at this bolt carrier on the screen here. The two small captured springs, but look how short that bolt carrier is. And what it does is that allows you to shoot it with the stock folded. I haven't played with these, so I can't tell you about reliability or recoil, stuff like that. Hold on. What's up, Susan? Hello? She hung up on me.
Okay, she probably
All right,
take that down.
Yeah, she was trying to say, all right, so we're going back to Steve talking.
Let me see. So basically, you just saw an animation of the ARIC bolt carrier group from
I'm allowed to touch it.
Law Tactical. And that replaces your bolt carrier group so you can fire your AR from a folded position. Now, what I just showed you earlier on that helps, on the LAR 47 was the one that uses the original bolt carrier group that comes with your AR. It folds, but you can't fire it from a folded position. We have not run the ARIC system from Law Tactical through any shooting drills or anything yet. That is to come. I think it's a very interesting system. In fact, that you don't have to have a piston gun now to have a AR that has a folding stock. And that was one of the main requirements. When I wrote the requirement for what became the SCAR rifle, one of the main requirements was a folding stock, which back in the day and up until this system came up, really relegated you to running a piston gun.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
Not that I get into, hey, I want to fire it when it's folded. During combat, I always carried an AKM 7.62x39 Russian because I could fold the stock, consider it an armored Humvee, and I can still shoot from it.
I think that's kind of cool, Steve.
Oh, you know how I am with how I carry my ARs.
Yep.
My ARs are inconspicuous, okay? Very inconspicuous. And this makes it even more so because I'm losing almost 15 inches. So it's a very interesting system. And as I always tell you guys, I am not going to do all your research for you. There's a search engine. It's called Google. Okay? Go in, check it out, reach out to Log Tactical, and, make your decision appropriately. What are your questions?
All right. Lost audio just on the video. Okay, we're good now. All right, we're good. I think we're good. We had a couple more questions come in, guys. Let me see if I can get them here real quick. Looking into absorbing joint ointment made for horses, but works wonders on people too. Honestly, guys, the pain's not bad. It's just the swelling. I just got to work it out. I got to beat on. I appreciate everybody
Put the phone down.
giving me.
I want you to do this.
Okay.
Put the phone down.
Put the phone down.
Push that button right there.
That little itty bitty button,
And
and then it folds to the side. Okay. I'm digging it. Sexy stuff. I got another one here from John Brady. Karl, Steve. Steve, you probably have told us already what load do you use in your 6.8 suppressed, and I believe Karl said, and for his 308 suppressed, if you don't mind, thank you, JB, John Brady.
JB,
Do you do 6.8 suppressed?
I have not given you my subsonic load for 6.8, so therefore you're absolutely right. I have not given it. There are certain loads out there that I developed for 6.8 SPC.
I've never seen that suppressed.
Yeah, we did it.
Did you?
Yeah, I keep it to myself. I mean, it's a lot of hard work when you start off with a new cartridge from scratch. I mean, you really got to work hard to figure out the powders, low density, extreme spread. I mean, I spent months on the range going up and down, figuring something out. Then you go to subsonic, and I'm going to take 2 or 3 months of hard work and give you two things: the name of the powder and the powder weight. And you get 3 months of research for free. Okay? I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. This ain't going to happen.
I will. I run 208 grain Hornady AMAXs.
That's in 30 caliber though.
That's in 308.
That's not in
308. And I use what's called Trail Boss, which is for cowboy action pistol shooters. And the reason why I do that is because it allows me to fill the entire casing up
Low density.
full, and it's still only moving at subsonic speeds for 308. All right, but no, I'm not going to give you the exact weight because honestly, depending on the length of your barrel, this, that, and the other, there's so many variables.
Now, here's something interesting. When we were working on the SPRV program, which was the Robinson rifle and Nice Armament built their experimental SR-47, Sean Renock and I got together and said, hey, if we're going to have these rifles come in 7.62x39, we need to have a subsonic load. Now, this is way before 300 Blackout. Mm-hmm. And this is actually before 6.88 SPC, because when the program got shut down, that's when I decided to make my own cartridge. We had a 7.62x39 load running a 220 grain Sierra Match King 308 caliber out of a AK-47 type AR-15 at like 850 feet per second, shooting sub 1 minute angle at 100. And Sean and I mean, this is a 12-inch barreled AR-15 in 7.62x39, running a 220 grain bullet, subsonic, shooting under an inch at 100. And it was interesting because we were shooting it out at the Parks Range at the Army Marksmanship Unit. I told Sean, and you have to be really specific with Sean when you tell him things. I said, Sean, I'm going to go down range and stand next to the target, and I want to hear what it sounds like coming toward the target. And he said, he called me on the radio. He said, "Can you see if it makes like a air movement, a vibration or something?" And I go, "I don't understand what you said." He said, "Well, stick your hand out." So I'm behind the berm. The target is like 5 feet from me, and he wants me to stick my hand out while he shoots the target, and so I can see if I can feel the air passing by. I'm like, "Sean, that's not." I said, "I want to hear it. I don't need to feel it." He said, "Steve, I'm not going to hit your hand." I was like, "I'm not saying you're going to hit my hand, Sean, but the Earth is in rotation. The moon and sun are moving. Gravity
Catch
is
a
at play.
twig, got-
It might hit a dragonfly." You
Freak
know?
stuff happens.
Oh yeah,
It does. Freak
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that 760 by 39 load, it outclasses the 300 Blackout. I'm telling you right now. When they first came out, 300 Blackout, subsonic, the cat guys all over. "Oh, kill the 6.8 SBC. We got our own cartridge down at Reed Knight's place." But the guys in there don't really work for Reed Knight. And so that load, back to who just answered that question, we've never given the load out because it took us months to develop that load for the different barrel lengths. Because we would go 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 14 and a half, and 16 and a half to see at which barrel length the amount of power it takes to break the sound barrier. So that's a lot of work to just say, hey guy, here's 20.5 grains of blank, and then you're there. I mean, if I meet
You got another one that goes hand in hand with it.
Okay.
Alton is back. Steve, what manufacturer would you use for 6.8 components, bolt carrier, group barrels, magazines, etc.? I think last time you said magazines, you liked the Barrett magazine.
Barrett Max.
Yeah.
Because the other company, PRI, shame on them. I just don't support them. I'm not saying that you guys can't use their stuff, and I'm just saying that
Guys, there's so many good manufacturers of good parts out there. There really are. That's why we don't like that. We don't like to say one particular brand over another, because people are going to say, well, hey, this brand is just as good. Yeah. No, there are. There are some. There's lots of good brands out there.
And we will bring products to the show that we believe that you have interest in. Again, Log Tactical fold-in stock adapter for a gas impingement AR-15. That's interesting to us, and we think that's something we want to share. But we're not going to advocate for them or against them. We just said, hey guys, you might find this interesting. The LAR-47 that takes AK-47 magazines. Okay, it's the same buffer tube. This is a standard AR-15 buffer tube. This is a standard AR-15 trigger group. So any of those triggers out there, like I think everybody's into the Geisley, Timney.
There's all kinds of
Jewel,
great triggers out there.
The latest hotness. We're going to show you what we believe is something new and interesting. We're not going to advocate for that particular provider, and especially not going to speak for them unless we run their systems for a while. In our shooting drills, on Sundays on the Hill, practice drills, training classes, next year, we'll tell you, say that LAR-47 is hands down, you can't beat it. It kicks ass. Until then, you have to make your own decisions. And when it comes to, recommend this, recommend that, sometimes we will, sometimes we won't, and my thing with being here with Karl on the Tactical Rifleman Nation show is any companies out there that they don't support the show, I'm not saying they have to be sponsors, but if they don't support the show, I mean, we're not going to push and drive customers to them, just for their glory, just for their profit. SBR Ammunition, they supported us from day one when we went down to Brunswick, Georgia, and we went by and we met the staff there. Interesting day, watching them and seeing how they manufacture their ammunition, and they've offered the TR Nation a 20% discount on all their products this month until 31 July. We're going to talk about SBR because they support the channel.
If you don't know the discount we're talking about, you can go on our Instagram and just scroll back a few posts, and you'll see I got it up there on Instagram. They did us a great TR discount. They did good ammo. One thing, their factory, they make all kinds of squirrely ammo. it was awesome seeing their setup. And we tried to film everything. We had Emery as my cameraman instead of my son or, the film crew from New York City. And then we're trying to run audio hooked up to a cell phone, and we didn't get good enough. I don't think we had a good enough product to actually push out to you guys, but I still got that footage somewhere. We could edit that, chop something together. We could.
Yeah,
It was a good trip. It was a good trip for me and Steve for a couple of reasons. It wasn't who was the poor kid that got killed. We were at the courthouse.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah. One, we got to go see the whole trial going on and everything. Support some of the family and the people there. But for me, the cool part was getting to see where Steve grew up and eating whiting. Whiting was a type of fish.
Emery.
Whiting.
We stopped at the Shabazz fish kiosk in Savannah, Georgia. And I told Karl, Karl, we've been here for 5 days. On the way out, we got to stop and get some whiting.
Got to get some whiting.
Whiting. So we got there, and of course, it says Shabazz is a Muslim fish little restaurant kiosk thing. And Emery was like, they're Muslim. I said, yeah. But we're here to eat whiting.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, I'm not going up to this Muslim place. I'm not eating whitey. I said, it's not whitey. It's whiting. So we get it anyway. We get it anyway.
We did it. We got it.
We're heading west toward I-10 toward Atlanta. And Emery's sitting in the back seat, and he's smelling the fish. And I got 10 fillets extra. We got the fish sandwich and a cool juice thing.
Yeah.
And
it was so good.
So I said, Emery, at least try a piece of the fish. So I hear Emery back there smacking. We're not 45 minutes outside of Savannah. He goes, Steve, how much you pay for those 10 fillets? I said, it's about $15. He goes, here's $20, man. He says, I'm back here eating whitey.
No, what was real? The fish was good, but what was the best though was the gumbo the day prior. What was her name? Some lady. She was a girl. She went through high school with Steve. Oh, that gumbo was so good.
Nanette's Kitchen.
Oh,
Nanette's Kitchen.
Googly muggly.
Brunswick, Georgia. Anytime you guys go to Brunswick, Georgia, St. Simon's Island, Jekyll Island, Georgia, you're in town. Just Google Nanette's Kitchen. It's a food truck.
It's a food truck.
Yeah.
And she gives you gumbo in a cup. And it's like, wow.
I mean, we got the gumbo in a cup, and we were walking toward the courthouse and all the news stations, and they had our cameras set up and everything else.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's maybe 85 yards, and we get there, and Karl said, what time is she leaving? I go, I don't know. He said, well, I need to get some more gumbo. I said, you want something to go? He said, no, I'm empty.
That shit was good.
And Karl being Karl, none of the news announcers are saying anything yet because they're waiting for the jury and everybody to come out of the courthouse. And Karl walks up there, and all the mics are set up and the cameras, and all these reporters start running up with their cameras. It's like, Karl must be reporting because he's standing in front of all the mics, and they all get up there. They're like, who are you? What do you got to say? And Karl was like,
from Tactical Rifleman.
That was a good trip. That was a good trip, and I'm so glad that the trial came out the way it did, because that was a tragic incident. And my hometown is not like that. I mean, we've had our moments, and there's bad people, there's evil people everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, I would go out out in the country.
It was a small town. It was a small town. Small towns don't have those problems.
Back when I was growing up, we'd be out rabbit hunting and squirrel hunting or hunting whatever we could see. Me and my buddy, high school football buddy, Keith Pesur, and we hear a pickup truck coming down the dirt road. We're both running in the woods. So it's like, why do you guys run in the woods? You never know who's coming.
Yeah.
So you hit it in the back of the hand by a beer can, something like that. But that was very tragic. But Brunswick, Georgia, and St. Simon's Island is a beautiful place. That's where all my kin people are. Those that don't live in the ATL. You ever get a chance to go down there? And we were there for the Big Daddy Unlimited event, which they don't have now, but we discovered a new range facility down outside of Savannah. I think it's Richmond Hills or something like that. It's called 17 South Rod and Gun Club. Beautiful range facility. And we're working to possibly run a course down there sometime in the near future. Karl has tasked me to reach out to them, and I just haven't yet. I need to get back on that.
Lieutenant Aldo, the Apache rattle of the... You know, brother, your mama named you weird as shit. He threw down $5. Hi, Karl and Steve, comma. He actually spelled out comma. Happy birthday. How do I get a shirt like Steve's? Actually, I would say you could attend the low light, no light class. But if you're a patron, you can actually come to this year's Patreon course, because this year's Patreon course, we are doing black t-shirts with the black logo on it. Enough patrons have already requested it.
Now, this year's Patreon course is Beaumont Ranch, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it at Beaumont Ranch again in Texas. We're
Outside
going to
of
change
Dallas.
venues every 2 years. So next year will be...
17 Rod and South Gun Club, Savannah, Georgia.
Maybe, or we'll be back at Butler Creek here in Kentucky again, which makes life a lot easier for me.
Patreon, Savannah. We go to the Civil War forts, all the big oak trees, the hanging malls, and we can eat some whitey. Everybody could go. It was a funny thing. We got to the Shabazz fish kiosk.
My wife just came in.
Oh, Dana.
Hey, honey.
And we get
What you
there,
got?
and Emery says something about, him being Jewish, he wouldn't eat from a Muslim plate. So I'm speaking to the lady in Arabic. I just start speaking, and she looks at me like, what the hell are you saying? I said, well, I was speaking Arabic. She goes, I'm not Arabic. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I said, but it says Shabazz. She said, yeah, we bought this place. So you never know. Never know how it works.
Dane, you need this? You need one? Oh, she got one.
Oh, she got one.
My wife's holding a lighter, and I was like, my wife doesn't smoke.
She probably wants your Zippo.
She's got, my wife got a birthday cake. Oh, come on, let me see. Bring it in, Momo. Come on, light it, bring it over here. My wife actually brought me something. She's trying to get her lighter lit. Oh. Uh-oh. All right, guys. I think Steve is going to ask you all to sing happy birthday to me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Karl, a.k.a. Mr. Kinetic Energy. Happy birthday to you. Everybody, yay! Red and white and blue cake.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Let me make a wish.
He wishes the next course is at the 17 Rod and Gun Club.
Rabbit.
Happy
Well,
birthday,
thank
brother.
you. Thank you, everybody, for singing happy birthday to
birthday.
me. Thank you, Meow Meow. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome, brother. I should have known it was your
You want a
birthday.
bite?
No.
Want a bite? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. I did not know until this afternoon when Karl called me. He said, Steve, I see you sent these pictures. He goes, man, it's my birthday. I'm going to do it. You don't necessarily, have to come up. And I was like, have you lost your freaking mind? Have you lost your mind? It's your birthday. Go, Karl. It's your birthday. Go, Karl. It's your birthday. So
I want to thank the patron that Mike Quigley that sent this cake, by the way.
oh, wow.
This shit is awesome.
I bet it is.
You want a bite?
No.
Come on, I can't eat all of that.
I don't do sweets this time of the evening.
Oh, dude.
I bet it is.
No, you wouldn't like that. No, you wouldn't like
I mean,
this.
when Randy told us it was his birthday, Randy's birthday was on 14 February, Valentine's Day. And his wife was like, no, he's not going. We drug Randy down to Nashville to John Rich's restaurant. And thank you, John, for supporting us, as you always have. And we had Randy's 70th birthday there, that show that night. And that was a show with Barry Duke.
Oh.
And Karl didn't even tell anybody that it was his birthday.
Does that make me a bad person, Steve?
Woo! Mercy.
I said happy birthday.
Somebody shoot this thing. This thing is killing me.
All right.
Okay,
about all I
shaking
do.
my head moment. We were at the low light tactical course, Louisville Armory, Louisville, Kentucky. Last week we had all the students there. So the last day, well, before the graduation, I asked the guys in the class, and this is a shaking my freaking head moment. I said, guys, who is this? And I said, let me try to imitate him. I said, oh, somebody shoot this thing. What's the matter with Karl? I don't know what's wrong with Karl. Knock him down, Karl. Won't be long.
Right?
Oh,
Right?
somebody
That's
shoot this thing.
exactly what
Say,
everybody
Karl,
requested.
we can't shoot up there. We might hit you. Karl said, shoot up here amongst us. One of us got to have some relief.
Right?
Somebody tell me what that is.
Somebody, please tell me, because I don't have a clue what Steve is talking about. Not a clue. They don't know, Steve. They don't know. It's like you came out here and
You hear
rattled
the
off
dogs
some...
barking. Boo. He said, speak to me. Look firm.
I did get cake on my birthday. That was cool, everybody. I appreciate that so much. Karl, if the SIF didn't exist, would you have gone to Delta? You know, I was in what's called ANOC, I was in ANOC, and my best friend in my class was he was one of the assaulters in one of the squadrons in Delta. He invited me over to his house. Rod Gorman was his name. Super great guy. He invited me over to his house for prime rib. Okay. So I go down to his house, and I've been there a couple times, right? Great guy. It's a 5-month-long course, and we had a good time.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody got it?
They got it. They got it.
Not me.
John climbed up in that tree,
Anyways,
and he punched that coon. But it wasn't a coon. It was a lynx. A souped-up wildcat.
I still have no
That's
idea.
what we call him in Tree
I
County.
have no idea what Steve's talking about. No idea.
He had great big tushes and long claws. And I think I attacked John up in that tree. And John got the squalling. Whoa! Have mercy. This thing is killing me.
So anyway, Rod Gorman opens the door. I sit down on the couch, and immediately these 3 other guys, big white guys, walk in. They sit down on the couch next to me, and it's his squadron commander, his squadron sergeant major, and one of the other guys. And they immediately start grilling me, asking me questions and everything. They're like, Gorman's told us all this about you and everything. And by the end, they're like, all right, here's the deal. You're still going to have to pass selection, but after that, we want you in our troop. And I was like, guys, I appreciate that, but the reality is my wife's already told me Bragg is an unaccompanied tour. We're not going back to Fort Bragg. So now honest, as much as I always wanted to go to Delta, the reality is, you understand, you got to have a balance between family and career. So I made the decision I'm going to stay with 5th Group. As soon as I came back from that course, literally as soon as I came back, that was when I actually got stopped. And it was a team sergeant from Alpha Company's Halo team, Cliff Kennebrew, and he said, look, I need a sniper qualified medic. Do you want to go to Halo school in Sephardic? They're standing up the SIF company. So Divine Intervention, I still got to play assaulter. I still got to play sniper for the SIF company. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I would have made it in Delta, everybody that I met from Delta were top tier guys. They're always an honor grad in school. They're great guys. Rod Gorman was just an awesome dude. Everybody that I ever met from there were just awesome guys. So would I have loved to have tried out? Yeah. But the reality is the Lord brought me in a different direction and made me the guy that I am today, put me in place to do different things. So it all worked out.
That's your path.
Yeah.
Always, God is going to put you on the path that He wants you on, not
I had a different
what He
path.
wants you on.
Yeah.
Interesting point about that. Don Alexander, which is one of the greatest warriors I've ever known.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
He went through selection, finished it, like smoked it, but he didn't get selected. And that was to me, that was a great insult because Don Alexander is a legend in 5th Group and all of SOF. And I think about 2 years later, I got the magic envelope and everything else, and I just threw it in the pile and went about my business. Because 5th Group, I'm telling you guys, 5th Group rocks. 5th Group freaking rocks. All the way back from Vietnam, from the induction by President John F. Kennedy, 5th Group rocks.
Yep, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Where are we at? I'm trying to see where we're at. Guys, we are at 2 hours, and we're going to wrap it up. It's my birthday. I've been swimming today. I had rehab today. I took my dogs to the park in my Jeep. Got to hang out with Steve. My wife even brought me birthday cake. And we had a little pool party with my family earlier. And I've had a good day, but I've had a long day. And we're going to wrap this up, Steve. You ready to say some parting words of wisdom?
Parting words of wisdom: be righteous, be kind. Sometimes don't just thank God it's Friday. Thank God you're an American.
Yeah.
But always be kind. Let the little lady in front of you in the grocery line. Somebody wants to turn and you at the stop sign, let them go ahead. Let them go ahead. Fasten with your lights. Let them go. Be righteous, be kind.
All right, I want to give a big shout out to this week's sponsor, Bucked Up.
Bucked Up.
Guys, they got great, this is a pre-workout one here, but they've got recovery stuff. They got Monster energy drinks. They're just called Bucked Up. They've even got some new, like with half the caffeine in it if you don't want the jitters. They've got a bunch of good stuff, and I appreciate them supporting us. You understand, they have sponsored all the live streams for the entire month of July, and I appreciate them supporting us here.
JT Yearsley?
We filmed, is that JT Yearsley?
Is that Yearsley?
Yearsley, yeah, he's one of our moderators. I have...
JT.
Yeah, JT. I have, yeah, I'm going to skip that part. I'm going to skip it.
JT saying the path of the righteous man.
Yeah. Oh, they want... Anyways, guys, we're going to wrap this up for tonight. Again, thanks to our sponsor. Thanks for Steve for driving all the way up to do this. I appreciate it.
It's your birthday.
Thank you for my moderators and my family and everybody, all my friends that are watching. The cool part, I know you guys are sitting at home like, some people say, like, why are you doing this for civilians? I'm not just doing it for civilians. I have a lot of military brothers. I have a lot of people in military, a lot of people in law enforcement. I've got a lot of people internationally, and I've got a lot of concerned citizens out there that want to be more capable. So we're just trying to make the world a better place. You're not doing it for civilians. You're doing it for Americans. Not just Americans. Yeah, I need good people on my side, to my left and right. So if we ever have to circle the wagons, there's more of us than there are of them, and we're making the world a better place. Steve is helping me do that. I appreciate it, Steve. All right, guys, we will see you later. Look firm. Yeah, I think we can do this, right? All right. All right, parting words, Steve, going once? No? None at all? You good?
Just be good Americans.
Well, this is the part where I say bye.
Incoming right there.